let's take a break, guys, for just a second. No complaining, no negativity. A video to just appreciate the good things Epic has done and bring some much needed positivity to you guys, the Fortnite community overall, because honestly, I think we just need it. Not just about this awesome patch that came out today either. And it's crazy to see all the pros happy for once again with the drum gun nerf, the slipstream shutting off in the 5th circle because they were affecting building. I mean, just overall an amazing update, Epic. Funny enough, Daquan kind of helped me realize this one. He left a comment in my last video. He even told me on Twitter he watches all of my videos. So one, yes, I'm flexing so hard on that one. Number two, the pressure is on because now everything I do, I'm like, oh crap, Day is gonna see this. And then number three, most importantly, he's right. Ninja maybe just meant not to stop all the complaining, but to be more positive about it and not turn our anger or our disappointment into just toxicity, because nobody wants that. There might be a lot of things you're upset about. Maybe you have no problem at all with Fortnite or Season 9 or any of the changes and you're loving it, because I've seen a lot of that too. But love or hate, let's just come together and let's appreciate the biggest game we might ever see. I'm your second favorite PE teacher, Denver, and if you haven't already, click like and subscribe right now. Leave me a comment telling me what you like about Fortnite, and shout out to you guys with the notification bell on. I love seeing you guys hop into all the new videos so quickly. Anyway, these are the 9 amazing things that Epic and Fortnite do. Number 1, of course, happening right now is Fortnite and Epic having the biggest prize pool we've ever seen in gaming, with literally like $100 million on the line. They really didn't even have to do that much and people would have still competed. But if you want to get the best players in the world's attention and keep it, you got to put a huge stack of cash down to make it worth the crazy amount of hours that these guys have to put in to stay on top. We talk a lot about the pros and how Epic doesn't treat them super well. And honestly, Epic does make some decisions they have to know will upset the competitive players. But in the end, these guys get to fight it out and become possible millionaires. Sometimes even if your job sucks, you stay for the pay. What do you guys think will happen after the World Cup though? Will a lot of the pros stick around, or do you think a lot of them will leave Fortnite? Let me know what you think down in the comments. Next up, this could be a bad thing, but I think it's mostly a good thing, and I think you guys would agree with that, is we get new stuff, new updates all the time, and no game has ever done it like this. If you're bored with the meta, no problem. In like a couple weeks or a month later, it might be entirely different. We had the drum gun at Season 5. A lot of people hated it, so they got rid of it. Now it's back, but it might not be back for long, so don't be too upset. All you YouTubers or streamers, or if you're trying to be a YouTuber or a streamer, new content in a game is huge and doesn't only keep the game fresh for when you're playing it, but anytime you go on YouTube or watch your favorite streamers, you have something original to watch. Like I said though, you guys might see this as a bad thing, because if you stop playing Fortnite for like a month or two and then you try to come back, you might feel really behind or confused, and it's happened to me before. It's especially hard to keep up with people who get to master new guns and like the new items before you. But I think Epic is trying to find a good balance on the good side and the bad side of these frequent updates. For you guys who play all the time, new stuff every couple weeks is probably pretty amazing. I just feel bad for you guys who try to come back after a while and the whole map, all the guns, all the items are different, but I do still think it's way better than rarely updating. But Epic, give us a test server. Third one, since we are talking about streamers and YouTubers, there are so many amazing creators that bring a lot of joy and happiness to our life that we would have never known before Fortnite. We mentioned Daquan earlier, and then of course people like Laserbeam, which, heads up, he's not family friendly. If my students are watching this, you probably already know by now and watch him anyway, but oh well. We have Ninja, who's actually been a really good role model and pretty much carried the weight of this game on his shoulders for a long time, and even said he's much more happy now that he's not on top. Listen to it if you haven't heard it yet.
I'm not number 1 in sub count anymore, so it's like people think that I'm, you know, not the number 1. I mean, some people think I'm not the number 1 streamer, which is like, I don't get hated on as much right now. It's awesome, but it's great because, like, dude, it's like I'm still doing so many amazing things outside of gaming. Like, obviously, like, just because I don't have 269,000 subs, I'm not averaging 100K viewers every single day. It's like I'm still Ninja, so like. And now, like, with the streaming going, it's just great, man. I'm in a great spot. Blessing and a curse. I'm happy to not be, you know, dude, because when you're number 1 on Twitch, like, everyone's just constantly gunning for you. For like the first like 2-3 months, man, dude, it's 6 months, dude. Everyone, all the other people I don't even know. I'm so happy for Ninja. Yes, Ninja, let's go Ninja. Ninja, oh my god, it's great for the face of gaming, great for the face of Ninja, yes. And then like 7 months, 8 months, 9 months. Now, like, leveled off. It's great.
So it makes sense. That's a big weight on your shoulder, and he got a lot of hate just because he was on top for a really long time. But right now, let me know your favorite content creator, big or small. Shout them out. Tell them why you love them so much, and hopefully they will get to see it. Real quick, speaking of favorite content creators, thank you guys for using code thatdenverguyYT, and I guess we may as well pick our winner for the giveaway. I do almost every video. If you send me your pick, your video using code thatdenverguyYT to my Twitter or to my Instagram, I love getting your guys' messages too, so make sure you add them in there. And the winner for this video is V Jack Murray X7. He's just got to tell me if he wants PS4 or an Xbox gift card code or just PayPal. Honestly, I don't care. Whatever you guys want, and I can get it to you pretty quickly. I'm happy I have a way that I can give back to you guys for helping me and supporting me when you buy in the Epic Store, the item shop. But be careful when you tag me in stuff on Instagram, since the notifications disappear so fast. I might never see it, so send a message. Anyway, I rambled too long. Let's check out number 4. It is the best competitive game to play with your friends. Now, before you start shouting at me, games like Overwatch or Counter-Strike or whatever else, let me explain. Fortnite gives us absolute freedom, and if you are good enough, you can take down entire squads. So like if you're squatting up with friends and they all suck, you can still full on carry them and clutch it up and be a hero. Plus the fact you can even grab their cards if your friends die, and you can go res them at the respawn vans and be a hero again, which thanks to Epic for getting that into the game. Games like League of Legends are super fun, but if your friends suck, you pretty much can't 1v5 the other team and win the game by yourself. Other than that though, you can pull off some of the craziest, goofiest stuff in Fortnite, like shooting rockets into the slipstreams now, pulling off aerial snipes on like drift boards in front of your friends for some trick shots, or you guys can just roll around in like 4 ballers and smash up other people's build fights just for fun. Like, the possibilities are endless in Fortnite, especially if you don't take it too seriously all the time. Of course, Fortnite can make us rage too, and probably gets us in more fights with our friends than we'd like, but hey, get over it quick and move on. Just like us moving on to number 5. How about that transition? Now, number 5, which is something like no other game, I don't think maybe has ever had, I don't think so, and that is building. Who would have thought a simple mechanic like this would separate Fortnite from like every other game ever? I know Dakota said he used to play a game before Fortnite where you could build, but I forgot what it was, so let me know in the comments if you know it. But building pretty much revolutionized competitive gaming, and especially 1v1s, because not only do you have to aim well in Fortnite like most other games, you can control an entire fight, and if you're good enough, you can take literally 0 damage in every fight you are in. Of course, not everybody, and possibly not anybody yet, is that good, but that's what's exciting about it. We are 9 seasons in, and who knows what will come next. Like, imagine building in season 20 if Fortnite lasts that long. People are going to be insane, and we'll look at building now and how crazy good it looks now and just be like, wow, we thought that was good building. Like, look at this building from season 2 in this video and tell me what you guys think of it. Now, this was Martos, and he is still highly skilled. He's fighting in the World Cup right now, but in season 2, when this came out, this made Jaws drop. Like, people couldn't believe how insane this fight was. Myth too, as you guys know, Myth was a building legend back in early Fortnite, and he was literally the best. Nobody could even compete with him. And you look at what his building used to be, and it's just like, that's it. But for real, it was amazing to watch back then, especially when he took on Summit and destroyed him. Myth is actually still killing it right now, and I hope he qualifies and I can see him play live when I go to New York City for the World Cup. What number is up next? I think it's 6. Love or hate it. And you might hate this aspect of Fortnite, but this game gives one group of people a chance better than any game out there, and that is giving noobs a chance. Epic loves to let noobs be able to compete because, one, well, they have to. The more customers Epic gets, the more money they make. But two, they want to give everybody a chance to win a game. Pros hate it because they know it's true, but Epic does not want to give full and total control to pros who can destroy 20 noobs in a row without drinking a single mini. I think at some point Epic is going to have to start listening to the pros because, like I said in my last video, no game survives without a core player base. Noobs come and go and will leave in an instant the moment a new game comes out. But if you can treat your pros right, you can get them to stay and play your game, their fan base will usually follow. Now, number 7 is special to me because I'm a teacher, but the best thing Epic could have ever done is make Fortnite clean for kids. Like, no blood, no gore, cartoony weapons and graphics. I mean, it's like you're shooting lasers, and they even require their announcers to say elim or elimination instead of kill. Like, this game would be nowhere near what it is now if it wasn't for Epic making it family friendly, because there is one thing we all know: if mom doesn't like it, then you don't get to play it. And that's good because that's good parenting. So I'm just glad that the stars aligned, and not only do my students get to play, but even me as a teacher, I get to talk about it and play it on my YouTube channel and not have any parents complain to my principal about how Mr. That Denver Guy is killing people on his video game thingy or whatever parents complain about. Now, number 8, speaking of my students, and I know you guys hate it, but Fortnite shifted an entire culture. And 5 months ago, if you didn't know how to floss or hype or do the orange justice, you went home and you learned quick because everyone knew how to do it, and you probably felt left out if you didn't. Well, mainly the kids at least, but don't try to act like you haven't tried it yourself. We all have. Of course, a month later, it made our souls cringe at the thought of it. But when kids from like 4 years old all the way up to old people like me have something in common that we can get excited about, it's pretty awesome. Some of you guys watching might even be up there in age and have kids yourself where both of you watch and play Fortnite. Like, I love it. And not many games or any kind of like media, like movies sometimes can do it. Not many things can connect generations like this game has. Even the pro players, you have some kids who are like 14 or 15, and then you have some streamers that go all the way up into their 30s and 40s, even 60s and 70s sometimes. And it's because we all just love this game. Well, most of the time, of course. I think the biggest thing here that I'm hoping for is that people get more excited about the World Cup and competitive Fortnite in general. Actually, I might hate when even 7-year-olds are like boxing up in their 1x1s and stealing my walls. But anyway, League of Legends absolutely killed it on the competitive scene, and everybody got excited for the World Championships. And I hope we see the same hype and more from the World Cup soon. Last one, and then I'll go back to being negative. Ugh, joke, by the way. But Fortnite set the bar for Battle Royale games super high. People loved H1Z1, but it looks like a flaming pile of garbage compared to Fortnite. PUBG was huge, and I love that game, but a game or two of Fortnite, and I was done with PUBG, and I haven't played it in like a year or way more. It just doesn't even come close. Even BR games that have come out since Fortnite can't compete, like Black Ops 4, and then of course Apex Legends that tried, and the hype was there, but it fizzled out so quickly because it just lacked pretty much every good thing we've already talked about on this list so far. Anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna be sick. Ugh, how dare you make me talk about good things in Fortnite? I'm 100% joking, by the way, and I'm almost always positive. Come check out my streams if you don't believe me, but I do think it is very, 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 did I say very enough? Very important that we let Epic know when we feel something is bad for the game. Most of the videos that I have are bringing attention to the fact that pros have been very mistreated. And as annoying as it is sometimes to hear all this complaining, think back in history that if people stopped complaining and listened to the people who told them to just shut up and just continue things as normal, think about where we would have been with things like child labor, slavery, like women voting, all this other stuff that got solved only by being loud and standing up for what you believe in. Obviously, this is just a game and doesn't compare to some of the greatest injustices in world history. But nobody wants to see a game that could last 10 years easy die out early because a company didn't listen to their players. All right, let's get back to the ninja videos, guys. Click like and subscribe if you haven't already. Use code thatdenverguyYT. And like I said, come check out the stream, Twitch TV, thatdenverguy. See you guys in the next video. Love, Denver.